A common question people ask is, would you like to travel? And the common answer is always, oh, I want to go to Spain, I want to go to Mexico, I want to go to Paris. And no one really thinks about all the small countries the world has to offer. And I personally would want to go travel to Cuba. Cuba offers so much, and it's kind of incredible that not many people wish to go there, but they have so many cultures and traditions, and they have amazing food. And although it does have some negative aspects, it's not enough to not make you want to go there. Um, Cuba does give you an insight to cultures, and it's many cultures at once. So it's like you get to experience so much in one place. Um, there's one carnival they have, and it's called the Carnival of Santiago de Cuba. And according to the Cuban group tours, it is honoring and blending cultures and traditions coming from Africa, Spain, and the communist era Cuba. So it's so many traditions and cultures just coming together at one place, and you get to experience it right there. As you can see in visual one, you can see a type of comparsas, and those are like street dances and street performances. The first one is called paseos, and those are the more lavish ones for like the high class down there, and they use European orchestra as their music to dance to. And on the other side, you can see the second type, which is called conga. And this type of dance is for the lower class Cubans or tourists or anyone really. And they use band and percussion instruments with dancers in the back, and it's not routine like the paseos are. It's more freestyle and more relaxed. While you're in Cuba, you get to experience music and dance, and their music is so amazing. It's blended with different cultures as well. So again, you get to experience so many cultures. It has African percussion, European melody and verse, and the dances are blended in with African rhythm. Some popular dances from Cuba are the folker, the mamba, the bolero, and salsa, which is extremely fun and exciting to learn all these new dances, and you get to experience traditions and cultures while having fun. And while you want to have fun, you get hungry, and Cuba offers amazing food. Here in America, we're all about the fast food and the hamburgers and the hot dogs. And in Cuba, it's homemade food. It's delicious food. So one of the staple foods that they eat would bean and rice, a side of salad, and for me, it would either be chicken or pork. According to Britannica, their popular dish is moros de cristianos, which, as you can see in visual too, it is just beans and rice in a bowl. It's super simple, but it's super delicious. I had some over Thanksgiving, and it was so good. Um, Another popular dish is ropa vieja, and you can see in visual too again, it is just stewed beef and vegetables. And on the side, of course, you have to have those rice and beans. And a famous dessert that they're known for is fried plantain, and it's super delicious as well. And of course, with food, you need to be able to drink something delicious as well. A popular drink that they have is the coffee, but the Cubans do like it super strong. Um, Two of their popular coffees is the Café Cubano and then Café con leche. And if you're not a coffee person and you want to go more on the party side, they do have alcohol. Their main alcohol the Cubans like is rum, and it's the main ingredient in many cocktails. Um, they either drink it in cocktails or, again, they drink it alone as it is one of their favorite alcohol beverages. And while you're there, you get to experience culture and tradition and eat delicious food. But just like anywhere you go, there is some negative aspects to Cuba. Um, of course, the culture shock. It's not a culture, having a culture shock is not a terrible experience because, hey, it means you're somewhere new and you're experiencing life. But with that culture shock, you have to deal with money hustlers, or as they call them, the jineteros. And those are just the friendly people who help tourists get around Cuba. And you would never imagine they were money hustlers. As you can see in visual 3, a little kid is helping some tourists, and it's very common for this to happen. They show you around, and you would just think, oh, they're just being nice. But then at the end of the day, they tell you a sad story, or they get some way to get money from you. And tourists should be smart that, no, we're not getting money from you, like, thanks for helping, or don't accept their help at all. Um, Another thing is tourist pricing. Any service provided in Cuba, it is expected to be paid back, whether it be in currency form or in any other way you can think of. There's no way to really avoid it, because if you get an extra service at a restaurant, it is automatically added to your tab. So it kind of sucks because they take advantage of you needing help, and you being a tourist, you're obviously going to need help. Another thing is the exchange in currency. Obviously, the Cubans use a different type of currency, and it is called the moneda nacional. $1 here in the United States is 26.50 monedas in Cuba. So, getting out and changing your money is kind of annoying and time consuming. But again, it's one little thing you have to do to enjoy all the fun that Cuba has to offer. So like I said before, it's really fun to be able to experience all the cultures and traditions and get to eat delicious food and dance and drink and have a good time in Cuba. And they do have negative aspects, just like anywhere you go will have negative aspects, but it should not be enough negative experiences to ever hinder your experience in Cuba.